Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Peaky Blinders. This is episode 6 of season 1. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the first 5 episodes. This does mean it is the finale. We have flew through this season so quickly. It's been very good, and I cannot wait obviously to dive into the future seasons. But last episode we did finally get Tommy and Grace, sleeping with each other. Now Grace has finally left the police service. She's chose to be with Tommy, or seems like not specifically left to be with Tommy, but the IRA come to town again. They did come the first time, didn't they? The guy, do you remember when he come to the bar and he said to Tommy that they wanted to buy the guns? Tommy didn't ever know if they was serious or not, if there was the IRA, but that guy did stand up who was drunk and started singing the IRA songs while he's banging on the table, and then they left. But Grace followed one of them out, didn't she? And he grabbed her and she ended up pulling him into an alleyway, and they ended up fighting, and she shot him and he died. Well, this guy's come to avenge, obviously, his brother's death, he said. And he said he is the judge, juror, and executioner, and he deems Tommy guilty of killing him. And the only way that he'll let him off is if he hands the guns over. Well, Tommy, he wasn't going to do that, so he went and he cut a deal with the inspector. He said, look, mate, I can give you this high-profile guy if you just, leave us alone, so to speak. And, the inspector, he agreed to it, so they went down with it. They was there, and Tommy was waiting in the bar. He gave Grace a gun. He said, look, you go and hide in the back. I need your job to make sure that they do not kill me. When they come in, they ask for the location of the guns. Tommy give it them. They also give him the money, and then he started laughing and whipped a gun out on him, and he said, you idiot, mate, do you really think that we was going to let you walk away from here? Grace popped out the back, boom, shot one of them straight away, killed him. The first guy that was there when he sang the IRA song, he's dead. Then Tommy started scrapping with this other one. Tommy looked like he was about to lose, to be honest. He was in a headlock. He had his shirt over his head and he was choking, and we got a couple of flashbacks from when he was in France and he was fighting, and then Tommy ended up absolutely whacking him, nailing him in his balls, turning him over, hitting him loads of times, headbutted him, and then bashed his head in until he brutally, obviously, was murdered. Then the police come in, and they looked around, and he was like, yeah, nothing to see here. These guys were never here. They didn't really care if any of them died, and they just let it play out. Grace went over to the inspector later on the next day. She was like, look, mate, I killed that guy. I've killed now 2 people from the IRA. Obviously, a third has died as well. She was there, obviously, in the force to avenge her dad's death because someone from the IRA killed him. She was like, but I had a moment. In that moment, I realised that I'm at peace and I no longer need to be here in the service. I'm not here for any other reason, and I feel like my time is done now. So, before I leave, I want to tell you where the location of the guns are, but only on one condition, that you leave Tommy alone. In his own way, he's been a good man to me, and I don't want him to go down. The inspector agreed. He was like, fine, I'll accept that. I'll accept that, request. You tell us where the guns are, we'll get them, we'll leave Tommy alone, we'll leave the city. We've come and we've got what we wanted. And she told them, they went, they found him. Only one gun is missing. But he's not kept his word, mate. He proposed to Grace himself. He said, will you marry me? She was like, no, you deserve someone better. He was fuming that he thinks that Tommy's got in the way, and he probably has, but the guy's told for her anyway. She was probably never going to say yes to him. And then, obviously, he's like, right, sack this. He's not kept his word. Ordered all of the police to go after Tommy to arrest him, brought loads of them up from London as well to try and chase him. She's helped him get through the back door, took him to her house, and obviously he spent the night there while obviously he was trying to hide away from the police. He said he was going to bounce in the morning, and they ended up having having a dance together and sleeping together. And the commissioner obviously knows that the inspector knows where they are. He called the police off after somebody gave him a tip that he ran off with Grace, and because he actually likes Grace, he was like, right, leave it, don't go after them, and call the cops off. But again, what's interesting is that he's got the guns, and he did ring Churchill and he said, look, we've pretty much succeeded what we come here to do. I've just got one little problem still left to deal with. So I don't know if he's going to singularly go after Tommy himself. I don't know, but I'm assuming we'll find out in this episode. We also see Arthur as well. He was manipulated by his father in this episode because he came over to him. he seen him at like a fight club, and he said to him, his dad said to Arthur, look mate, the family business, I think we should expand, or you should expand into a hotel casino. I've been to America and that's what they're doing over there, and I do think it is a good idea. But he manipulated Arthur into giving him the money, yeah, so that he would start the business, and he's took it, and, you know, he's just bounced. He said to Arthur, mate, that's it, I've had a hard life, and you got to take it, you got to do what you got to do to survive. And, yeah, he pretty much robbed from his own family, and he's left, and Arthur was devastated with that. He didn't want to face Tommy, he didn't want to tell him what he's done, and he was going to take, you know, he's going to take his own life. He tried to hang himself. Luckily for us and for him, the rope snapped, and he didn't succeed, and he managed to go home. When Tommy returned, he said, look mate, I'm glad you didn't die, because I've just literally registered our company, me, you and John, 33% owners each, split it 3 ways, but if you want to die, go and die. Me and John will be happy to take your cut. And started laughing, and then the episode ended. So I think today we're going to get the entry, we're going to get the betting, and we're going to get Billy and the leads and whatever, mate, all the chaos that is revolving around them. So I can't wait to watch it. If you do enjoy today's episode, please smash like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump in to the finale of Peaky Blinders Season 1. Oh, I reckon that the inspector's going to the races.
Service?
You don't open 2 more hours. You come back later.
Police? I know. That is, I'm given to understand by several of my officers, men come here for a certain purpose.
Get home, get bathed, check your kids, check your weapons.
Going after Billy. Oh, isn't it? He marked it in the diary, didn't he?
John, I've told you to keep the doors locked. It could have been anyone. We're doing it today.
As a matter of fact, he's doing me today.
Make sure he's done you by 9.
Look.
Dear Lord, make this day pass well. Watch Arthur, because he's as likely to hurt himself as anyone else.
Today will be the last time, Paul. After today, there'll be no need for prayers.
I'm sorry I kept you. It is so early. Mr. John said that you're a special customer.
Just I was thinking it must be bare awkward going to something like this, man.
You can also clean and press your shirt while we do this. You've never been to a place like this before. It's okay. I'll make you young as well.
Check her, mate. She's well confident. I'm proper respectful.
Oh, dear Grace, I write this letter to you with a heavy heart. I know exactly what you did, and with whom. It is disgusting beyond all measure. Was your birthright. And for what?
Love.
Hey, get in there, Grace. Stand by your decisions, mate. That's what I like to see.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. Did I do that?
It's okay.
Oh.
Would you sit with me for a moment?
You want to hear something funny?
I'm unarmed.
Curious, Inspector. I thought you came here to clean up the city.
I have a meeting with Mr. Winston Churchill at midday, and no doubt he intends to congratulate me on finding those stolen guns. Before the day is over, your heart will be broken, just the same as mine. Men like us, Mr. Shelby, will always be alone. Enjoy your day.
Said it in the last episode, I'll say it again, right? Yeah, just because the guy's jealous that he didn't get Grace, yeah, he's willing to throw her under the bus. I dislike it. The guy has no honor. He actually has no honor. Like, that's how I feel. Right, he didn't serve in France, did he? And everybody, they kind of threw it in there a little bit. We don't know the reason why he didn't serve for it, so I'm not going to slag him off for that. But like, in terms of his own people, when they make deals with him and stuff, and they confided him, yeah, he doesn't care. Like, because if something don't go his way, he'll just use it. He'll just release it. He's just going to tell him. Like, later on in this episode, he'll tell him that it was Grace, that was his informant. He don't care about her health. He don't care about her well-being. Because he didn't get a wife when he proposed to her and she chose Tommy over him, yeah, he's going to spit his dummy out. He's going to put her in harm's way. I don't like it. He didn't listen to her. Yeah. And the only reason, again, yeah, is that in last episode, she cut a deal as well, mate. She was like, look, do you want to know where the guns are? I'll tell you. Just make sure that he is okay. He's been nice to me. He's like, yeah, I will do. No problem. she told him where the guns are. He's like, right, let's go and get Tommy. Like, he just doesn't care. Like, he just does whatever he wants, just thinks of number one.
Just quicker with me, because you can't smell the milk. Man with terrors for the tit. Well, you never knew my children, did you?
I was a child myself then. You never talk about them.
You've had reason to. They were 3 and 5 years old. Sally was 3, Michael was 5. It's 2 weeks away from being 6. I was at church. You're not forgiven. Pinch-faced bitch said to me, you're not forgiven. She'd side-washed and hung on the line, had the name of the hotel in them. And a robbery, and they said some porter at the hotel been coshed. And when the police came, they found her, spirit still, making a few drops of gin. And for that, they took my children from me. They would never take your baby away from you. Because Tommy won't let them. Because Tommy won't let them walk all over us. Because I want you to forgive him.
How can I?
There's something about today you need to know.
Time to go.
Want to get a message to Campbell? I can't let them move me to Brixton.
Oh, when you say today, is that the day they're going to get him out?
The guns. I plan to put your name forward in the New Year's honours list. Was she involved in the discovery? Does she deserve some kind of commendation?
She was instrumental. A truly loyal servant to the crown. If we were to make arrests, the whole thing would end up in open court, and I know we wish to keep this matter confidential.
I'm interested to see if they want to try and get Freddie out, and what this guy's plan is as well, Campbell's.
You've all known this day's been coming, just haven't told anyone the date. John is making great sacrifices in the cause of peace.
Yeah, right.
I'll deal with Kimber. Any other questions?
I'd like to introduce the newest member of the Shelby clan.
We named him Carl.
Looks just like me, look.
Look at him, his hat on.
Told me to volunteer for this.
Who did?
Peaky Blinders.
See, he knows that they're not against him now, look.
Tommy.
That's one of the guns.
I am sorry about this, comrade.
Oh, shit. Danny, you're dead.
Have a pint and a chaser. No more. On the house.
Next family meeting. I'll make sure you're there.
If I were family, but I'm not.
I could change.
Give her a good see into before we go.
When you come back from the races, I won't be here.
What are you talking about? Right, I know you weren't born to be with a man like me. I will have one of the biggest legal racetrack syndicates in the country. You have a contract of employment. Limited company, remember?
Right. Tell him what you just told me.
Just heard there's 2 vans driving up the Stratford Road. An old corporal of mine said he recognised some of the men. He said it's the Kimber boys.
But who else knew today was the day you were moving on, Kimber? I mean, you said you kept it a secret. Who else did you tell? There's only one thing can blind a man as smart as you, Tommy. If you set eyes on her again, you might kill her.
Yo, why she told I'm not having she's told Kimber.
See, normally I can tell about a person, but with you...
Look, the fighting's about to begin. We should get out of here.
We know who you are.
I am an agent of the Crown. I have the power to arrest and the right to use force.
I feel sorry for you.
She's
Would
sick,
you come
man.
in here and stitch us all up? I mean, we've had some coppers knocks in here, but you, the queen of them all.
I'll fight you with my fists and show you how a rich girl fights.
We women have more sense. Why don't you pour us both a drink?
She's trying to figure out who she is now.
Did you fall for Tommy? You saved his life the night the coppers came. That's why we're drinking, not fighting. After all this is over, he might forgive you. No, he might take you in. They go for whoever their dicks point at, and there's no changing their minds. And as far as I'm concerned, you're a snitch from the parish. And if you're not gone from this city by tomorrow, I'll kill you myself.
Maybe what really upsets you is the thought that one day you might lose him.
To be fair though, she's got away. Lucky mate. Honestly, look at now. I need to know why she's tipped up. Like, why would she tell Kimber? The police. I maybe understand. Like, if the police would come in, she'd tip the police. But Billy, why would she tell Billy to come after the Peaky Blinders? I don't understand it. Like, this one here is really interesting to me. Like, we need to see how it plays out. But she's got away very lucky just because she saved Tommy's life that day. You know, they've given her 24 hours pretty much to flee, and if you're here the next day, then that's it. You know, you're goners.
Word from Nipper at High Mills, and he says the police are letting them through. You were mostly in the war, so you know the battle plans always change and get fucked up. Well, here it is. Things have changed. That pub there is called the Garrison. Well, now it really is one, and it belongs to us. I know you've vowed to God to never pick up a weapon again, but can you ask him from me if you can help us today?
We think a gang fight's about to break out. And all officers and constables stood down in the following areas. Let dog eat dog. Let the beasts devour each other.
and then we shall pick the bones.
Best thing for the police to do is they could stand there, let one crew die, so like either all the Kimbers or all the Peaky Blinders die, and then come in and then arrest them, and then that means all of them are pretty much gone. Most are dead, most are arrested. You know, back in the day here, that's the big win for them. They don't really care who lives and dies today. They've killed a few people themselves, as we've seen.
She's gone then. You're not accustomed to not getting what you want, are you, Tommy? You wanted more pub, and you took it.
You got a fair price.
What I got was an ultimatum. Do it or else. You're bad men, but you're our bad men.
The future is no longer my concern either.
What is your concern, Tommy?
The soldier's minute. In a battle, that's all you get. 1 minute of everything at once. And anything before is nothing.
His eyes, man, they're really like decent.
Tommy, they're here.
See, if they had a grenade now, you'd throw a few of them at him, wouldn't you?
The map in the air so they can see what we've got.
They walk right. The thing is, what's mad is they walk right face to each other like that, where literally you could just shoot a gun and get hit instantly. You know, you think you try and fight from a distance, especially when you got weapons. You wouldn't need to be that close encounter because everyone could get hit. Surely can all see it in the streets.
The men that have arrived in Garrison Lane are armed with rifles.
Their methods of self-destruction are not my concern.
When you came here from Belfast, I was overjoyed. It was a devil's work to look the other way.
I am looking directly at the events of the day, and I like what I see.
We have to use guns. Let's use proper guns.
Look at that machine gun, mate.
What are you doing?
I believe you boys call this no man's land.
Ada!
Shut up and listen. No, I'm wearing black in preparation. I want you to look at me. We'll be wearing black for you. And fight if you want to, but that baby ain't moving anywhere.
Why should all you men die? It should just be them who's caused it.
Get that machine gun out, Freddy.
Enough! Kimber and me fought this battle one-on-one. It's over. Go home to your families.
I mean, I don't know what Billy was doing. He just stood in the open like he thought he was untouchable, like no one could shoot him. Oh, I think he's died, Danny.
I want to ask you one question, then I'll leave. What did you say to him?
That his heart would be broken before the day was over. You've broken 2 hearts, Grace.
As well as my own.
Have a drink. Deep breath.
Wow, that had murder.
It's gone.
They didn't really take over the business, though, did they? They're going to have to do that next season.
Now we can bury him properly. In the grave we dug for him. Now we all die twice.
Ain't it, mate? Maybe I'll die twice.
Come on. The day is ours. Let's celebrate.
Mr. William Kimber has been found dead. A gunshot wound. So I'm guessing that means Peaky Blinders won. Agitator Freddie Thorne was taken from his transport by armed men. He managed to escape easily and is now at large. And there were no officers there to witness, so Shelby's will get away with murder.
It's decent, that copper. I like the other copper. He actually wants to be one. This guy, just all for his own ego.
He's got sons. Should we find work for them?
Let him be.
So it's his second death, that guy, isn't it, mate? Going back to where he was.
Could you put me through to Mr. Churchill, please? I have made a decision about my future.
What an absolute idiot. I'm glad that it's not gone the way he wanted.
Tell me you're hurt.
I'm fine.
What exactly can I say?
I don't know, Grace.
I could tell you who I really am.
Someday we'll throw this gun in the canal.
Why not now? I love you.
That is interesting, man.
Grace. We can say it as much as we like, but there's no chance.
Finish your business here and join me. I have an idea.
I wonder if she helps him in London to expand his business, like he was saying, maybe open a club. That would be interesting.
One she bought.
Today was a good day. All of Kimber's men were busy here, so the Lee boys took all the pictures at the Worcester races.
Ain't it? That's
Shelby
wild
Brothers
good.
Limited are now the 3rd largest legal racetrack operation in the country.
Shelby! Cheers!
Look how Stephen they are in the corner. Obviously going to go to London or not? I see, this is an interesting one now. We've obviously got to find out next season.
Dear Grace, without a secretary, I write my own letters. The idea of New York is interesting, but I've worked so hard for this day. Before the war, when I had an important decision to make, I used to flip a coin. I will give you my decision within 3 days. All my love, Thomas Shelby.
Oh. I don't. Has he killed her? What the hell, mate? First of all, let's go back to what I was saying, mate. The guy is a selfish geezer, Campbell. Like, literally, he only thinks of himself. I can't believe he's done all of this. Like, what has Grace done to him? Like, realistically, she's done her job. She's got him the weapon. She's succeeded in her mission. She didn't want to marry him, and now he wants to kill her because of it. That is literally it. She didn't do anything wrong to Campbell. She just rejected his services to be a husband. That is it. She'd done her job. She'd come in. She'd done the mission. She found the gun. She got close to Tommy. She got too close and fell in love with him, and she didn't want to be with Campbell. The guy got jealous, you know, and been selfish about himself and gone and looks like he's took her out, which is obviously devastating. I can't believe it, to be honest. Like, what a selfish guy. And all episode as well, man. He wanted Kimber to come and dominate the Shelbys, and he got beat as well. Kimber, I don't understand it. When he went to try and shoot them or something, he only shot, well, unless he thought his shot in the heart of Tommy was lethal. Because the guy didn't do a second shot today. He stood there literally out in the open, and Tommy just come over and boom. His one shot straight in the head. Game over. Done. You're dead. Fight's finished. The people don't need to fight, do they? You're gone. Why did they need to take over? You know, they don't need to risk their lives when the guy in charge has just fell some. They've just backed up, like he said. And the Lees was already gone to the race courses, and they've took over it, and now they're the third largest. So again, it's interesting. I hope that Campbell's not in next season. And if he is in next season, I hope that it's Tommy coming after him to give revenge on, you know, for Grace. We don't know if she's actually dead yet. We've not seen it. And also he said he used to flip a coin. I don't know what the significance is. It landed on the blank face. Does that mean that he does it or he doesn't? I'm not too sure. I've never really seen a coin that doesn't have a heads or tails. So again, I can't really answer that one, but in terms of like the episode, I thought it was really good. I thought the season's been great. I love it. It's only short, 6 episodes. You could just get in and get out, enjoy the action, move on, have a break, whatever you want. You know, like we could take a pause now, or we could go dive into straight away. But all we do know is the acting's been great, the story's been good. I do like the costume designs. I like the characters. I like the potential where we've got to go, and there's many different storylines that we can go down which excite me for the future. So I thought it's been a really good first season. Okay, and that is going to wrap up the end of episode 6, the finale of season 1 of Peaky Blinders. Hopefully guys enjoyed it. So it looks like the Shelbys have successfully taken over Billy Kimber's empire. They are now the third largest, I don't know, family limited company in what is it, in racing, legal betting or something like that. I don't know if they're gonna try to expand to take over all of them, but if that's the case, then it's only about being like gang. It's kind of like a gang war, isn't it? It's like in real life. If you've got a successful business, you know, you own, let's just say Coca-Cola, Pepsi and Fanta. I reckon Coca-Cola own all of those companies, but just pretend they didn't. Would you care if Coke was the biggest one when you've got 2 successful businesses yourself that are thriving and making loads of money? You don't need to be the best. You just need to be a good, sustainable, successful business. So I'd be happy with being in the top 3, but maybe not. Maybe they want to pursue all of it, take over everything, own all of England. I don't know. But again, he said that he wants to realistically get rid of the guns and open a legitimate business, maybe a club in London. I do think the casino hotel is a good possibility as well, that the dad did offer it last episode. I think that is a good avenue to go down. In terms of the storyline with Grace, I don't know if she's dead or not, but he said that he'd give her answer in 3 days. We don't know what the answer is. We don't know when that letter was written, if she's got it, if she's not. How's he going to react when he finds out if she has possibly died? Is he going to go after Campbell? Has Campbell resigned on the phone to Churchill? Do you know what I mean? Like, Campbell could have got the weapons, given to Churchill, got a medal of the highest honour, been recognised as an amazing police officer, but no, he threw all that away, right? Because he's jealous of Tommy, of getting close to a girl that he told the girl to get close to Tommy for, and then when she's no longer needed in the force anymore and don't want to marry her because she was like best friends with her dad, yeah, which I think's like weird that he's even asked it, that you've got jealous and now you want to get revenge and take her out. It's madness. Also, I do like that Freddie's back as well. The you know, the Peaky Blinders have come and rescued him. It shows Ada that Tommy wasn't the person that put him in there. in the first place. And you know, I think he would be a good asset to the family. He seems like a pretty good actor. He's got good chemistry with Tommy. I do like the two brothers as well. I like how John's getting like right in there with his wife Esme, which I think is a really nice name, to be honest. I think Esme is a great name. And you know, the family is looking strong. They're thriving in the business world. You know, Tommy's obviously suffering. It's heartbreak. It must have been so hard for him to say when she said I love you, if he says, well, we're never going to happen. Like, it must absolutely break his heart, because it looks like he was falling for her as well. I would like to see them connect with the Lees even more next season. If the Lees have managed to take over the race courses, then they obviously have got a bit of manpower, a bit of fight in them, and maybe a bit more fighting in terms of the fight with Kimber. You know, I don't mind the way it happened, and it does make sense that if a leader falls, that's it, it's done. It does. To me, makes a lot of sense. Nobody else has to die when the fight's finished, so to speak. But if we go into next season, I would like a couple of fights, big fights, you know, like a good scraps. People don't have to die, but like you could have a good full-on fist fight and some good action. I thought the storytelling was really good this season. I hope they get back at the dad, you know, Arthur Senior, for absolutely doing them over and taking 500 quid off them. And yeah, I just can't wait for it to progress and see what the next part of the Shelby's expansion and Peaky Blinders storyline is going to be. So season 2 will come to the channel. Obviously, we're going to jump over and watch a new season right now, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to get a couple of season 1s going and dive back into the season 2 just to keep it fresh and so everybody likes it. So everybody who has supported the channel so far, thank you so much. Do keep your eye on the channel, because season 2 will come after a couple different shows have been released. And yeah, thanks so much, everyone. Hopefully, guys enjoyed the first 6 episodes. Can't wait to jump into season 2 when we get it up on the channel. If you guys did enjoy today's episode, please smash the like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.